Rangers taste defeat for the first time this season in the league under Russell Martin as Hearts climb to the top of the table. And today in Ayrshire, Kilmarnock tasted robbery due to Celtic and Father John. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It's the Spfl review show. I was happy yesterday. I'm not so happy today. Hearts should be sitting top of the table, but a very controversial penalty, and may I add, a goal that should not have stood due to a Kilmarnock throw-in not being awarded. I'm pissed.
Well, you said you were happy yesterday and fucked off today. What am I then?
You were unhappy yesterday and even unhappier today?
Nah, I was worse yesterday. I'm not going to spin it, man. Yesterday.
Really?
Well, I was more down yesterday. I was probably more angry at that today. Because yesterday I was expecting that. Yeah, I don't know where to go. You know, I thought maybe the gap could have been 7 points after the day. Maybe Martin would go, even though earlier they announced they're backing him. Rock bottom for me. I've got nothing good to say, honestly. If you expect me to give a thorough and in-depth look at League Two, then you came to the wrong fucking channel, buddy.
Yeah, listen, we're big advocates of League Two. We like League Two, and we like League One, and we like the Pyramid, and we like Scottish football. But I think that there's a lot of talking points in the top flight this week. So forgive me if I'm not too excited about League Two here. But what I will say is, great win for Clyde. Pretty sure I predicted a draw here, and no, there was no draw. Clyde absolutely pumping Athletic away from home, so congratulations to them. Great result for Clyde. Got to give them credit there.
Can't complain about a 6-0 win. Don't know what one of them feels like.
No.
I know what one of them feels like on the other end, though.
Definitely. Edinburgh City 2, East Kilbride 2. I went with Edinburgh City, you went with East Kilbride. In the end, we're both wrong. A 2-2 draw there. So, points shared.
Decent point. East Kilbride continuing their decent start.
Elgin City 3, Stirling Albion 0. Decent win for Elgin City. And Stirling Albion condemned to another defeat. 4-4-2, Dumbarton 3. I went with Dumbarton. I thought it would be a more comfortable win. It wasn't to be, though. But Dumbarton, the Suns, they do get the win, and they do move up the league table. And the Spartans, away from home, defeated Stranraer with 2 late goals. One from Jamie Dishington and the other from Cameron Russell. Cameron Russell. That's the one. So there you go. Sean Docherty getting sent off relatively early in that game. So, yeah, let's look at the League 2 table then. It's the Spartans sitting top, East Kilbride in second. We've got Dumbarton now, who have moved into third place. They had that 5 points deduction, but they're beginning to climb up now. And then you got Edinburgh City still on -4, but make no mistake about it, they've had a good start to the season. And they would be on 11 points without that, so they're doing pretty good. As for Stranraer, they're the only team not to get a win. 6 games in, they've lost 5, conceded 10, which is not atrocious, but they've only scored 3. And I think that there's a lack of goals in this Stranraer team, and they could be in trouble.
See, I mean, we've got Caden here in the chat saying, there you go, straight from the SFA, shut your holes, it was a penalty. The same SFA that Celtic fans would chant corruption about. The same
SFA that told Stuart Kettlewell that's not a penalty at the start of the season.
Exactly.
That same SFA.
I wouldn't trust the SFA as far as I could throw them.
No. Anyway, League 2, any thoughts on it? I think Stranraer's in trouble.
League 2, League 1.
Okay, League 1, there you go. Cove Rangers 0, Inverness Caledonian Thistle 1. Montrose 1, Alloa Athletic 0. Don't know why I read out Montrose as if they were the home team, but they simply were not. They were the away team. They got the win. Good for them. East Fife 2, Queen of the South 1. Disappointing defeat there for Queen of the South. Kelty Hearts 0, Stenhouse Muir 1. A win for the Steny. And in the final game, it was Peterhead 2, Hamilton Academical 2. A late Stuart McKinstry equaliser there, getting Hamilton a point. And if we look at the League 1 table, it now looks like this. Stenhouse Muir are sitting top of it. Inverness in second place, due to that points deduction, or else they would be clear at the top. Then we've got Queen of the South and East Fife all on 10. Then Alloa on 9. Hamilton on 8. Peterhead, Montrose 7 apiece. Then it's Kelty Hearts and Cove Rangers sitting in the bottom 2 places with 3 and 2 points respectively. Both of these teams struggling here. Thoughts on League 1?
Inverness flying the way up. And I'm no. What the fuck did I say, man? Come on, the Inverness are sitting up there. It's pretty close. You know what? Like 4 points separate the top 8, and then Kelly Hearts, Cove Rangers battling for the wooden spoon. So yeah,
Right, let's move into the championship here. I'm no happy, but Neil Lennon certainly will be. Arbroath 0, Dunfermline Athletic 5. Big win there for Dunfermline.
That's a win that you want, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, up next, Ayr
Andrew
United.
Todd, I believe he wears specs.
Yeah, hat trick for him, good. Yeah, Andrew Todd, great hat trick. Ayr United 1, Ross County 1. Battle of the teams. I think we dubbed this loser is out of the championship fight. And I mean, both teams drew, so does that mean they're both at the fight? Are they both still in the fight? I don't know what's happening here. But we'll see. I don't think it's a good point for either team when you're that far behind the league leaders.
I mean, who's a better point for? I'd say neither. I couldn't decide. Speaking of point,
Queen's Park 0, Greenock Morton 0, Raith Rovers 0, St Johnstone 2. Goals from Adam Sidibe and Joshua McPake. And then on the Friday night, it was Partick Thistle 2, Airdrieonians 1. Airdrie did take the lead early on, but 2 late goals, one from Daniel O'Reilly and the other from Alex Samuel, gave Partick Thistle the win. And if we look at the championship table, St Johnstone now are clear with 13 points. You've got Raith, Partick and Arbroath all on 10. At the bottom of the table, you've got Airdrieonians sitting on 2 points. They've got a game in hand though. And if they can win that or pick up a draw, they could go above Ross County, who are still in 9th. 5 teams without a win. Half the teams in this league still don't have a victory, so as many draws as there's been in the top flight, there's been a lot of draws in the championship as well. I think that's crazy at this stage. You've still got 5 teams without a victory.
No, that is crazy considering some have played 6, some have played 5.
And some of those teams are title contending teams that were predicted to be fighting for the title at the start of the season. Ayr and Ross County. Insane that neither of them have a win yet.
No, absolutely. And Partick are getting up there, and St Johnstone doing well as well. So I think it's time, my friends, to move into the Premiership, because this is where shite is gonna hit the fan.
Alright,
the fact people are saying I'm green. What about you? I think you took it worse than me.
I'm a wee bit pissed, but let's move on. Kilmarnock 1, Celtic. It should be 1, but it's 2. And well, in fact, actually, it wasn't a penalty, and the first goal shouldn't have counted, so Kelly should have won 1-0.
It's 1-0, Kelly. I mean, yeah, Kelly win. Brilliant.
Really, really poor game of football. So poor that we didn't even bother doing player ratings, because I'm just not. It was a shite game. I'm not going to...
Let's not kid ourselves here. Fucking Kelly won this game. Player ratings would have been on the menu tonight. But see, because they didn't.
Part of the nightly schedule, but...
Fuck your dessert, I can't afford it. I'm bouncing. 2 for 1. Peace.
Right, thoughts on it then? Kilmarnock 1, Celtic 2. A really poor game of football. This just
combines the worst weekend I can remember.
Kelly should have had a throw-in. It was given to Celtic. They literally, straight from that, whip a ball into the box. Poor defending for Kelly. Dyson Maida get the head on it. And, it's 1-0. Of all the goals you expect Kilmarnock to concede against Celtic, you don't really expect them to concede this way. It was disappointing.
Yeah.
Just a ball into the box. Dyson Maida running across, getting a head on it.
I don't know how Rodgers can claim they deserve to win. To me, a draw was the fair result. Celtic were the better team for 75 minutes, but Kelly actually dominated since they scored the goal. Kelly should have been leading. And then Ian Acho got the penalty, and you can't fault Ian Acho. He scored the penalty right at the end of the day, but it wasn't a penalty. It was never a penalty. Juicy Bear says I need to get on FC26. Not in a month of Sundays. I'm done.
Is it it?
I don't give a fuck if it's it. I'm not playing it. I'm done. Sorry, folks, to let everyone down, but I'm not playing it.
Apparently it's it. There you go. Right. So Kilmarnock got back into the game. David Watson with the header from the corner, and then Kilmarnock had another corner not long after that. And tell you what, Kilmarnock last 10 minutes, fair play to them. They were the team getting forward. They were the team looking more likely to score. They kept trying. They kept going at it. They had another corner, a chance. We had who was it that Carter Figures brought down?
Marley Watkins.
Yeah, he's pulling him. He drags him to the floor.
See, as it's getting whipped in, they're both pulling at each other. Can't deny that. But see, Watkins lets go of him and he tries to swing for the ball, but he can't because Carter Vickers is grabbing him and pulling the shirt, and then he gets something on it, but not the intended contact. Here, I'm not going to greet too much about this one, right?
I am.
Well, you can do it if you want. The fact of the matter is this, these kind of go under the radar, right? Because these are a grey area. It's the one they fucking got, man. I'm not having it. Disgraceful decision. Stuart Kettlewell
Yeah, but this
is
one,
rightfully green.
but this one wasn't even looked at. It wasn't even looked at. There wasn't even a check. Now, there was a handball earlier in the game on the line from a Kelly player, but it wasn't given because of the close vicinity of it took a deflection and ricocheted up and hit him. And as we know in the rules, that doesn't count. So that penalty wasn't given. But then when Celtic get a penalty claim in the last kick of the ball, it is given. I just don't understand it. The shot comes off, I believe I don't know who it hits first, but it bounces off the Kilmarnock player's foot and then comes up and hits Mayo in the arm. It ricochets off the first defender's foot and then bounces up and hits Mayo in the arm while going away from goal. Unbelievable decision.
See, but people are thinking we're making this up, right? Stuart Kettlewell has literally come out in an interview, right, and repeated what we said in the match review. We're not spinning some shite about close vicinity and second deflections and shit like that.
Yeah, do you think that us two and Stuart Kettlewell just managed to make up the same lie? We came up with the exact same fucking lie?
Of course we didn't. And see the fact that they were told that. Every team was told that. They're not just going to tell Kettlewell one thing and be like, right, the other 11 teams...
Start of the season, the referees went round all the stadiums, all the clubs, spoke with them about the rules, and said that this would not be given. Penalties for this would not be given.
Disgrace, man.
But apparently we're making it up.
We're not...
We've seen many pundits come out and say, what, never a penalty? Stephen Craigan said it was never a penalty. Tam McManus said it was never a penalty.
Hearts Boys meltdown, or no, Fog Boys, Hearts Boys.
I'm sure there'll be many more. I'm sure there'll be many more.
Come on, take the tinted specs off and accept it. You know, you don't need to hold the L, because you're holding the W. Just accept it, man.
There's only one team in Scotland holding L at the moment.
No, absolutely right.
That's Rangers.
I'm willing to move on. Rangers get beat, they back Martin, and then this happens. Rock bottom, man. Weekend can't get any worse.
Yeah.
I don't like Liverpool, man. They scored last minute as well. Fucking downright disgusting. Absolute 2 penalties. Anyway, moving on to Saturday.
It was a decent penalty for any actual, but
Right, game of the season for me. Hibs free, Dundee United free. Some fun goals, some VAR drama, some red cards. I liked it, Mayo.
Yeah, I mean, lots of goals. Which one do you want to talk about? We could talk about them all, really. Another dodgy penalty claim that wasn't given. I think that's back-to-back penalties I think Hibs could have had in the last 2 games that would have gave them the chance to go on and win it, and they've been denied.
So that didn't count as a Rocky Bashuri goal. Interesting. I thought all of Dundee United's goals were better, though. They were more well worked. I feel like with Hibs' goals, one banged in for a corner, own goal, bit shite. The Kieran Boy goal, good finish, but awful at the back for Dundee United, and Jamie McGrath as well, penalty. So I think a point was the fair result, but if Hibs just sorted the leaks at the back, they'd be alright.
It's not great though for them, is it? Last 2 games at home.
I think they haven't
back-to-back draws.
I think they haven't won a game at home this season.
Yeah, I haven't lost any, but just too many draws in there. Right, speaking of draws,
I don't even want to talk about this.
Aberdeen 0, Livingston 0. I mean, what is there to talk about? No goals. This Aberdeen team are pathetic. Jimmy Teelan, I think, should have been sacked by now.
See, once the 6 Conference League games run out, and by the way, it will be 6, what is Stuart Armstrong is going to rip up his contract and fuck off next to the Swedish international because they won't want to play anymore.
Will Jimmy Teelan make it to the end of those 6 games?
I don't think he'll make it to the first one. I mean, he's pish. Got Motherwell in the cup at the weekend. They'll be out.
See if you're Aberdeen, do you maybe get rid of him now and try and salvage a seat and try and salvage Europe? Or do you need to give him time because he's brought in his player? I know people say, but he won a cup, but I mean, look how bad they were.
I know.
They were horrible, let's be honest. I mean, Kasper Schmeichel doesn't chuck that goal into the back of the net, and let's not pretend that Aberdeen are winning that.
No, absolutely, but here, the history books remain Aberdeen won it. Can't take that away from them, but he can definitely take his 90 minutes away from most people because it's very... I mean, it's not rememberable. Let's face it. But yeah, shite point. I'm sick of people pretending that Jimmy Thielen done a good thing here with this point because he really fucking didn't. Anyway, moving on. Dundee 1, Motherwell 1. You needed Motherwell to win. Luke Graham managed to get a goal after the break for Dundee. A late red card for Yandanda. It was a red for me, no complaints. But yeah, Motherwell, I bet them as well. It's a game Motherwell need to be winning. 4 draws so far. Alright, trying to implement that style of play, but at what point is enough and you just need to start winning games of football?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing good stuff, there's no doubt about that, but they'll be disappointed with this, surely. You factor in that Dundee did go down to 10 men, albeit late on, but I mean, Dundee, they're not great. They're in trouble. A lot of people are predicting them to go down. I think Motherwell would have been expecting to get the victory here. It didn't happen, but yeah, as good as Motherwell have been, if they don't start winning games, then... But here, there's a lot of teams... I mean, Rangers only won a game, so I can't really sit here and be overly critical of Motherwell not winning the game either.
Hugh Keevans has done 5 weeks of predictions, obviously been 5 games, and he only predicted Celtic to get 6 points, which was a win against St Mirren, draw against Aberdeen, draw against Livy, defeat against Rangers, and a draw against Killie. But for Rangers, he predicted
15.
He predicted Rangers to win every game. And you know what? It's not like he predicted that at the start of the season. He's seen that week to week and still went with that.
Hugh Evans is biased, man. I honestly, this guy hates Celtic.
Yeah.
Hugh Evans must hate Celtic.
I don't know, right, how you look at... You look at Rangers coming at the Club Brugge games, or you look at Rangers coming into this weekend and you predict them to beat Celtic and Hearts. I don't see that.
No. Anyway, speaking of what do you see when you look at Falkirk, St Mirren? Declan John, Michael Mandron. People said, St Mirren got off to a poor start. They had a difficult fixture list. Since then, they've kicked on. I think it's 2 wins now in the last 2 games. And because the league's so tight, I actually believe St Mirren are sitting in 3rd place. So...
We're sitting in 3rd place. Let's have a wee look.
We're going to look in a minute, aren't we? So I mean,
I don't know why I was jumping the gun there. My head's gone.
You're fried.
I'm not prepared for this next game.
Anyway, Michael Mandron got the 2nd goal. Billy Graham, and listen, Brian Graham. Sorry, we think Brian Graham will score double figures.
Yeah.
That moron Steve Cowan's like, he's a shite signing. He won't score any goals.
Well, he's got one, mate.
We'll see. Brian Graham's a decent goal scorer. Right. Ibrox, Rangers 0, Hearts 2. Yeah, a lot of controversy with some decisions going in this game. Rangers fans believe that all 3 went against them.
Right, I've seen them back. The first goal should be disallowed. It hits his hand. I thought he actually chested it.
Yeah, but I read that the rule books say that's not a goal because he didn't score directly from it.
That's true.
Unlike the Cal McGregor one, where when he handballed it and took the shot, it went into the back of the net.
Aye, and that got disallowed.
Yeah, the rule books.
Yes, that does. Mate.
Because it wasn't an intentional handball, so the rule books actually state that goal should count, even though just because it was a handball in the middle of the pitch, that is deemed as a accidental handball and you play on, and because Shankland didn't directly go on and score for that.
Right, well then, I think that is the case, right? But this is not the game for me to greet about decisions. For me, it was a penalty. The disallowed one, I don't agree with it. I think goalkeepers are far too overprotected, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that should just be given to us. It happens for you, it happens against you, right? The fact of the matter is this, there's an absolute bastard in charge of Rangers Football Club, right? Shove your decisions up your arse. There should be one decision, right? We can agree, we can disagree, we can be, the entire country should be able to come together. And Martin needs to go. That's the only correct decision that doesn't need to go too far. Martin and those absolute idiots, the 49ers, have kept this guy in charge. Well, you don't need far to decide. No, Ross, well, they're entitled to their opinion. It's beyond a fucking opinion with 4 points out of 15. That's not an opinion. That's shite. It's worst starts in 78. It's not an opinion.
No, it's factual. It's factual.
It's fact. The fans telling him to get to fuck is no longer an opinion. He needs to go.
What I will, just before we talk about Martin, the more I seen that penalty, I actually do think it was soft.
I think it was soft as well.
I don't think it should have been.
Once it's given, they're never overturning it. It's subjective. Well, there you go. It's subjective, right? But nothing subjective about Russell Martin. Maybe his wee fucking plate of corn chicken next to the carrots and peas, right? Maybe that's subjective. Oh, I might try some sweet corn tonight. Fuck him. Fuck him.
All right, but
I can't stand
after watching the highlights back, if all three of those decisions went against Hearts, I'd be upset.
Well, I'm more upset about the terrorist in charge, right? How about that? That's what Russell Martin is. Sabotage and Kevin Felwell paying 8 million rising to 10 for a walking FUD up front, and then you've got Captain Beaton blowing out his cheeks.
Well, he only lasted like 10 minutes.
Joe Rothwell, Captain Beatroot. Fuck off. I'm done. I'm defeated. Got nothing good to say. I'm actually depressed. It's broken me, and you know what? I thought you don't do walking away. Well, you see these people that will protest and boycott games after 13 out of 14 league titles. I think you're more than welcome and more than right to be protesting the state of affairs that's going on here. Worst start in 47 years. I mean, there'll be even if you're 60, right? You'll be 13 since that worst start. You were 13 in 78. That's how far. Look how different the world was in 1978.
Crazy.
No, I mean, so much has happened, man. Get ready, I'm done. How are they backing him? Backing what?
Rangers could have had Lawrence Shankland for free.
Yep, they could have. They didn't. Oh, Captain Beatroot. Puff. Oh, I'm done.
I think it's a wee bit harsh to blame Joe Rothwell on this. He was one of Rangers' better looking players in the
but
game.
It summed it up, didn't it? Him coming on and dying on his arse.
Can Martin no go off injured?
No, but it's his attitude towards it, man. No accountability. Always the play. Well, you're not seeing what they're doing in training. It doesn't matter what they're doing in training. I don't care what they're doing in training. Oh, but Raskin's not good with the staff. I don't give a shit. I don't care if Nico Raskin comes in, right, and decks every member of the fucking staff. See, as long as he's banging in goals and helping us to wins, that's all that matters.
Or a win at this point.
Oh, it's ridiculous. What are we doing here?
Right, well, let's look at the league table then. So, unfortunately, Celtic occupy the top position due to that controversial penalty today. Hearts are sitting in second. Hearts have scored four goals more than Celtic, but they've conceded 5 more. So the goal difference wise, Celtic are 1 in front. But next week, Hearts play Falkirk and Celtic play Hibernian. I think there's a realistic chance that Hearts, even if both Celtic and Hearts win, I'd like to think at Tynecastle, Hearts could win by a big enough margin to overtake Celtic at the top of the table. I certainly think it's in their own hands. Any comment? Or just
look at that. How can you be sitting 10th and he entitled to their opinion? I mean, come on, entitled to their opinion. You're above Stephen Presley and Jimmy Thielen. I mean, he is trying to paddle up shit creek with a sheep.
Using his hands or something.
Aye, man. It's just
right.
I've nothing good to say.
Do you think Hearts can be top in 2 weeks' time?
What's happening in 2 weeks' time?
Hearts play Falkirk and Celtic play Hibs.
Maybe, yeah. Where will Rangers be? Probably 11th.
No, because that would actually require Aberdeen winning by like 4 goals, and I ain't gonna.
Why can't Dundee win?
I mean, I thought you meant in 2 weeks before they play.
Well, I don't. I mean, Aberdeen could beat Dundee United.
Aye, but not by 4 goals. Which you would need to do to go above Rangers.
Yeah, they haven't even scored 1.
Right, Hibernian are sitting in 3rd. I thought it was St Mirren. I actually thought St Mirren had won their last 2 games. Turns out that's the first one of the season. It's taken them up to 4th. So there's 6 points. Dundee United are on 5 points. But both Hibs and Dundee United have games in hand. You got Motherwell on 5. Livingston on 5. Motherwell still to pick up a win here. Kilmarnock should be on 5 points as well, but that penalty screwed them, so they're only on 4. No wins either for Kilmarnock. Falkirk, only played 4 games. Got 4 points on the board. I think they'd have been reasonably happy with that. Only conceded 7 goals. So Falkirk are doing alright. I think Falkirk will take strength for the fact that there's 3 teams below them that look pretty shite.
Yeah.
He's big Stevie's fried. He's got nothing to say.
No.
Have you anything to say about the next team then? Rangers sitting in 10th place. No wins, 4 draws, 1 defeat, 3 goals scored in 5 games. I believe that works out at around a goal every 2 hours.
Well, that's just brutal. No, that's almost worse than the points itself. We've spent 40 million.
Well, actually, I think it does. Hold on. You got an hour and 5 games, and then so you've got almost works out.
See if the 49ers didn't have money, I'd be calling for their head.
Yeah, honestly, but the new board's been shite.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think if the new board wasn't the 49ers, then you'd be... I mean, look at the way Celtic are getting on, sack the board. I think that's the way you rate.
No, the next game, the Ibrox should be empty for Hibs. I don't care. If you've bought a ticket, don't go. And if you're thinking about buying a ticket, don't go.
Rangers are the joint second lowest scoring team in the league with Stephen Presley's Dundee. And that's taking into consideration that Rangers have played 5. A lot of the teams that have outscored Rangers have only played 4.
Yep. Apart from Aberdeen, obviously.
Yeah, well, they're bottom. They haven't scored.
They don't know what a goal is.
Aye, so thoughts on that?
Rock bottom. I'm away. Aye. Just, I don't know. What is there to say? I mean, just when you think it can't get any worse, it can. I mean, it literally gets worse every week. Like, I thought yesterday was rock bottom. Rock bottom, folks. Hibs will knock us out the cup. They might sack him then. Why sack him when you're at another competition? I swear to fuck. See if Hibs knock us out and he says, well, we're still in 3 competitions. I won't be a happy man. Anyway, that's our closing thoughts. Till next time, folks. Peace.